This week, join me as I pursue one of the world's most intriguing mysteries, the legend of the lost tribes of Israel. The Bible's Book of Kings tells us that the northern kingdom of Israel was destroyed by a brutal Assyrian invasion in the 8th century BC, and more than land was lost. 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel would vanish into history and myth. But one of these lost tribes may have survived in the...
I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. Let's go to Matthew chapter 11, verse 25. It says, "At that time Yahushai answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes." Right. Okay, so as you see, and I'm going to play this video and stop it here and there, and then it's almost an hour video, so I will post it in the description. Okay, and this is a big channel, called the History Channel, and they're talking about the 10 lost tribes, or the lost tribes in general. Okay, and you're going to see more and more how they guess and they guess and they guess, and the truth was not revealed to them. Now, we understand the elites know who we are, okay? But in general, the truth, the mysteries of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was revealed to babes, okay? To his servants, to the lowly, all right? Men in the world who don't know nothing, man. They got no power. They got no resources. They just regular little man, okay? Trying to make it in the world, all right? He chose them to wake up. Okay. Let's read it again. Matthew 11, verse 25. "At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes." Let's continue in the video.
Likeliest of places. Could ancient Jews have journeyed from the Middle East to South Africa? And could these African bloodlines reach back to King Solomon and before? To find out, I'm going to trace their journey. I'll brave an Israeli war zone, fly over the African bush, and explore a 3,000-year-old battlefield and ancient cities of stone. We're digging for the truth, and we're going to extremes to do it.
They're a lot bigger than the scorpions in Utah.
Oh, don't worry. They get much bigger. Look at the one at your foot.
Now you see there, it says digging for the truth. Okay, he said, we're going to the extreme. Okay, but let me go here. Let me go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 17. It says, "In thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom, and send thy Holy Spirit from above." So Esau can go to the extreme of the extreme. Okay, you need the Holy Spirit, wisdom from heaven that comes from the throne of Yahweh, to understand the mysteries of Yahweh. Okay, period, man. That's why we are the biggest threat on the earth to the elites, man, to Esau. Okay, because we have the Holy Spirit and they don't. Okay, they got Satan on their side, even though Satan really is playing them at the end of the day, man. Okay, we know Satan works for Yahweh and not for Esau. Okay, so Esau is getting tricked on that regard. Okay, so they can go extreme as they want. They can travel, look at a rock. They can see the position of the rock and this and how many years and make up shit. Doesn't matter. Okay, while they doing all that shit, in 2024, the men of the Lord are on the earth speaking it, man. Okay, breaking down these same mysteries that they're talking about. Where did the 10 tribes go and they vanished? They didn't vanish. Okay, and we've been breaking that down. All right, let's read this again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 17. "In thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom, and send thy Holy Spirit from above." Right. Okay, so they're going to be extremely tired because they ain't going to figure out shit. They don't have the Holy Spirit, man. That's why it's important and very vital that you retain the Holy Spirit to be able to see, man. That's the light. Okay. Back to the video.
This is the Limpopo River, the northern border of South Africa. I've come to hear the story of a local group of people with astonishing ties to the story of the lost tribes of Israel, the Lamba.
Today, they live only a few miles away from here, but this would have been the final challenge in an epic journey across deserts, oceans, and jungles. I'm Josh Bernstein, and my goal is to follow in their footsteps to determine if this fascinating story could possibly be true.
Today, the Lamba are mainly concentrated in the shadow of the Soutpansberg Mountains in the far north of South Africa. To the casual observer, they look and live much like any other traditional Southern African community. But if you scratch below the surface, there are some intriguing differences.
Here I am in South Africa, and there are these men wearing skull caps and talit, the shoulder wraps. You would see this in any synagogue in America or Israel, but I never thought I'd see it here in South Africa.
I want to find out how these people seem to have Jewish customs. Samuel Moeti is president of the Lamba Cultural Association.
Pleasure.
So, I'll be honest, I came into this village and the first word I heard was shalom.
Now we know that certain Jakes, okay, not certain Jakes, Slakia. We know that certain tribes went to Africa, right? But you remember at the beginning, they mentioned about the 10 tribes. Okay, so they're on a hunt for the 10 tribes. Where have the 10 tribes gone? All right. And we understand in the scriptures that the 10 tribes, I'm going to get it. 2nd Esdras 13, start at verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Uzziah, the king, whom Salmanessar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. You hear that? Where never mankind dwelt, man, to the other side of the world. Okay. Verse 42. It says that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. All right. So think about that. They're sitting here trying to figure it out, which they're not going to figure it out, even though we're breaking it down. Okay. Even though we are breaking it down on the earth, and we've been breaking it down for years. Those are facts. Okay. Let's go back to it.
Yes.
A Hebrew word.
Yes.
How is that possible? How is it that the Lamba are speaking Hebrew?
The Lambas are the original Hebrews, and they were scattered, as you know, and they crossed into Africa. So they were scattered all over.
Now you see they got the same thing on their head, like the fake Jews, man. The same thing they following. Okay. And we know there are Jakes in Africa. We know that. But again, we talking about the 10 tribes. They're trying to find those 10 tribes. Okay. So I'm standing on that. All right. Confused. Doing all this traveling, ain't getting no right information really. Okay. There might be some truth here and there, but nothing to reveal what they're trying to find out.
So in South Africa, in many parts of South Africa, you find the Lambas who are actually Hebrews.
Hebrew. So the Lambas claim to be descendants of ancient Israelites?
Not claim, they are.
They are.
They are.
Okay.
We are the original African Hebrew. We are scattered all over.
Can you give me a few examples of some of the Jewish?
Yes, we don't partake of pork.
Okay.
We don't mix milk with meat.
It sounds to me like the Lamba have a unique culture surrounded by others who do not practice the same way.
That is correct. We always believe that the Jewish people who live all over the world are our brothers because we come from the same root.
Could it be that the Lamba are a lost tribe of Israel?
Now, when he says the Jewish people all over the world, I'm sure he's talking about no matter what race you are. Long as you say you're Jewish, they're my brothers. Because they wearing that Jewish hat on their head, man. The scriptures don't tell us to do that at all. Okay, so you're learning from Esau, okay, but then claiming to be the real original at the same time. Okay, because there are a lot of real Hamite Jewish people, okay, that claim to be Jews and Jewish, but they're really Hamites. Okay, then like I said, you have Jake in Africa that learn African customs, but are Jake. Okay.
To answer the question, I have to turn the clock back some 2,700 years to the time of the mighty Assyrians. Back then, Assyria was the greatest imperial power the world had ever seen. And it had set its expansionist sights on the northern kingdom of Israel. The northern kingdom, composed of 10 tribal groups, was completely destroyed. Any surviving Israelites were enslaved and taken to Assyria, what is now the nation-states of Iraq and Syria. Little is known about the fate of these lost tribes, but for 2,700 years, hope remained.
Little is known. No, a lot is known. Okay, because the secrets came to us. Now we have to learn those secrets. Okay, Yahweh Shem Havashai supped with us and built us up through the Holy Spirit. Let's get 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. It says, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. Right, man. Okay. But it also says in the scripture that a Jake that only got the milk is unskillful. Okay, because he has to finish the milk process so he can get to the steak and really start to understand his truth. Okay, so we have to grow to understand this, man. All right, through the spirit, man. Not through just going over here, asking a question here and then looking at a rock and trying to figure out maps and no. Okay, you do learn things from certain maps and placements of, kingdoms and certain time periods. Yeah, you learn stuff that way. But we talking about the truth. Okay, the full truth. Only the Holy Spirit can get you to know that, man. Okay, and you have to grow. And he gave it to babes. Okay, not to Esau. They got resources to travel the world. They can go anywhere and ask questions, go to that village, go to this village, okay, this and that, and, and gather all kinds of information. But we still got the truth. Okay?
Could the Israelites have regrouped? Could some have escaped their captors and fled? Could a group of wandering Israelites have survived the elements and continued on, faithful in some land far from home? Jerusalem. There's no place more associated with the Jewish people. But as I walk through its narrow streets, I can't help but appreciate how deeply connected the people of many faiths feel to this city, and how millions of people around the world have a connection to this place, including me. My father was born here, and I probably have ancestors who were here when the Assyrians broke up this land.
Right. Right away, you see that this Edomite think he's one of the people. Okay, he think he's a real Jew, the way he talking, man. Okay. Now let's get this. Hebrew chapter 5, verse 13. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Right. He has to continue to be nurtured and built up. Verse 14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Right. Okay. So now through the Holy Spirit, we can watch this and say, you know what? Yeah, you have Jakes who really believe they are the Jews. Okay. They really don't understand. But we discern both good and evil. So we understand what? That a lot of this is coming out because they're trying to go against the men of the Lord at the end of the day. They know we've been talking about the 12 tribes and breaking it down. They know. I guarantee he knows, man. They know because this video was posted 3 months ago. Okay, and this is a big channel, man. They got 13.9 million views. Subscribers. Okay, the History Channel. So this is a big channel. You think they ain't heard us teaching and breaking down the tribes and breaking down how the 10 tribes got over here and who the 10 tribes are? The Northern Kingdom? They didn't hurt us, man. The same way they heard when we, for years, breaking down the chariots. Okay, the so-called UFOs, and all of a sudden now they're having meetings in the government and admitting what's real and what's not. They watch us, man. They watch us. You can book it because we have knowledge from heaven. So you know they watch us. Okay, because the things that are coming out of our mouth is not normal. It's not the average. All right? It's impossible to be when it's coming from the heavens. Okay, so yeah, whether he know or don't know, at the end of the day, this whole thing is happening to try to throw off truth. Okay? Let's go back to it.
One of my relatives has told me that my grandparents are buried in this very graveyard on the Mount of Olives. I've never visited their graves before, but I've decided to try and find them.
So after 10 minutes of wandering, I found him. So this is my grandmother. This is my grandfather. This is my great-grandmother. My great-grandfather. This actually means something to me. There's a connection for me that speaks to what the significance of heritage is. And for the Lamba, I understand why they might be interested in claiming some historical identity with Jerusalem. This is only 2 generations ago. For them, it's thousands of generations.
People have claimed to have found lost tribes all over the world, from Siberia to Australia. Some of the first Europeans to land in the Americas assumed the natives were lost tribes and even tried to communicate with them in Hebrew. Historian Hillel Hulkin has written a book about...
Now, did you hear that, man? Okay. Now, Luis de Torres was a Hebrew translator, all right, coming with Columbus over here to the natives on this side of the world. The northern tribe, man, that spoke Hebrew. That's why you got a Hebrew stone that they can't get out of the ground in Mexico right now. Okay, so they all over the place, man. But we've been breaking this down.
The lost tribes, and thinks that they could still exist today.
Hillel, why are you so passionate about the lost tribes of Israel?
The lost tribe myth really is, through Jewish eyes, among other things, a story of tough Jews living still like the Jews' biblical ancestors, independent, warrior-like, fearless, all the things that Jews...
Wrong. They went into captivity, which the scriptures break down. Okay? Under you devils. All right? The fake Jews funded the slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade. They know that. See, Esau playing games, man. Esau playing games, but Esau know. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. And I'll end it on this. I'm going to post the video. The full video is 45 minutes, so y'all can watch it if you want to watch it. Okay, I just found it interesting that they just posted this a couple months ago. Okay, so concerned about the 10 tribes. Yeah, because we're talking about it, period. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Okay, so they look at us like, who are y'all niggas, man? That's why when you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, okay, it talks about him, they're the children of God. Because it's going to be revealed to the point where they can't say nothing. They can talk shit now and say we lying and whatever, and they try to ignore it and try to play it off. But it's being revealed more and more who we are. all the way to the end. Okay? And Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 is a perfect example of that, man. What they're going to be thinking and saying within their own mind, like, shit, we messed up. It's them. Yeah, we've been telling y'all that, man. While y'all searching the world and traveling, thinking you on a spiritual pilgrimage, when really you on a road to nowhere, Esau. Playing games, man. Okay? But Esau play games with Esau. Like I said, you got Edomites who know the truth and they playing games to keep it hidden. And then you got Edomites who really believe that they are their lineage. That goes back to the ancient Hebrews. They believe that because they've been brainwashed themselves. So it's a mixture in one bowl of that. Okay? But like I read in 1 Corinthians 1:27, man. Okay, I read the second half of it again. And Yahweh Bashim Awashai have chosen the weak things, babes, okay, to confound the things which are mighty. Right, man. Okay, those who are looked up as somebody that we supposed to be quiet and get all the facts from. Okay, but when you look at me, oh, little old me, you like, what this nigga talking about? What these niggas talking about? Okay, so we got to be thankful, man, that we know the mysteries. Okay, they saying mystery, but we know it's been revealed, man. All right, so like I said, I will post that video so y'all can check it out. But with that, I hope you're edified. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me, spirit, to do this lesson. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, Akim out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.